Brother in Christ, I want to be honest with you. And please, whoever reads this, do not blame or mock me for my past life and sins. Even though I have received Jesus, He has still asked me to share so others can also hear of Him and how He saved me. I had this experience 2 days before the death of Jimmy Swaggart, but what I saw was very deep. I lived most of my life in deep sin, real sin. Looking at me, you probably wouldn't believe the kind of life I lived. I sit here today as someone who deeply regrets her past. I wish I could go back and undo everything, but I can't. The only thing I can do now is warn others so they don't end up where I almost stayed forever. I grew up in a poor home. My mama died early, and my father was never really around. I was raised by my auntie, but she didn't care much about what I did. I remember I could even go days without food. By the time I turned 16, I started going out with older men who gave me money. At first, it was just for fun. I liked the attention, I liked the gifts, and I liked the feeling of being in control. One thing led to another, and I became a full-time prostitute. I am not shy to say this because I am a new convert in Christ. I used to call it living my best life. I slept with married men, young men, pastors, rich men, and even strangers. I thought I was smart. I thought I had it all figured out. I lived in hotels, wore the best clothes, drove nice cars, and traveled to different places. I made a lot of money, Joseph. I have taken out more babies than I can count. Sometimes I didn't even know who got me pregnant. I would just go to one of those clinics and take it out. I never felt sorry. I told myself it was my body and I could do what I wanted with it. People came to me over the years. Some told me about Jesus. Some tried to warn me about hell. I would just laugh and tell them to go worry about their own lives. I didn't care. I didn't believe in any of that. I thought I was too deep in sin to be saved anyway, so I just kept going. I went to clubs every weekend, hosted parties, and did every wicked thing you can think of. My heart was full of pride and wickedness. I hurt a lot of people, Joseph. I used people, lied to them, destroyed homes, and broke marriages. On the 28th of June, I went to a program. It was one of those big events that were held every month for a group of big men. I stayed there till around 3:30 a.m. I remember I was driving back with a friend, Sandra. The road was quiet. I was speeding and drunk. That's when it happened. A truck came out from nowhere, and before I could even hit the brakes, everything went black.